Hey, we are two Star Wars nerds, and we are back with another The Clone Wars animated series, chronological, arc by arc, plus standalone episodes, watch through, and review. Wow.
It's too much.
We need an abbreviation for that. But we're talking about the Nightsisters arc this time. And hot take, I don't really like it.
Me either.
And I took this to Reddit and talked about some aspects. Didn't go over too well. And so
why would you take anything to Reddit?
Because I like Reddit. But nonetheless,
What were you expecting?
I'll stand by my opinion. I don't really like this arc. I think there's some cool parts, but there's some parts I really just don't like. I don't think it fits in Star Wars. But anyways, let's get to the 8,000 foot overview. And then we'll break down some of the episodes and we'll go over ratings, all that fun stuff. So first, this is where you see the Asajj Ventress, one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Is too powerful. And essentially with Sidious and Tyrannus and the rule of two, yes, they think that something's going to happen. And the rule of two has to be kept. Mm-hmm. And that she is not just an assassin, that she's actually going to kind of take somebody's place. So anyway, you get a whole lot of the Death Mirians and the Nightsisters. You get the life of Asajj. You get the Sith magic and witchcraft and all of this. And basically the whole thing is just getting rid of Asajj. Yep. Then you go into, I don't think I said the episodes 312 through 314. There's 3 of them.
I don't know.
And then Monster. That's the next episode. This is where Dooku meets up with Mother Talzin and the Nightsisters to get another assassin. And there's the whole trials takes place, and Savage Opress is there. And then Sith magic, much like Captain America, makes him big and muscular. He's the new assassin. And then the next one, Witches of the Mist. This is the one where you see kind of like a strengthening of Savage through torture. There's a failed assassination on Dooku. Find out Maul is back. There's a whole bunch of stuff that takes place in this. It's kind of crazy. So just overall, I know we share the same view. Not really a big fan of this one. Mm-hmm. But overall, what is your view of this? Anything you do like? Maybe anything that you especially don't like?
Overarching, I don't really like the arc. But what I do like is some characters in it. Like, I love Asajj. I do like Savage as well. And obviously it's cool that Maul comes back. So those are definitely the highlights of this arc for me. I think it's cool that they, Palpatine, the super powerful guy, and Dooku, also very powerful, are afraid of a female. So that's cool to just see that she's an awesome warrior. She's good at her job, and so it's cool that she even just put some fear in them. I like that, like I said, I like then seeing Savage being developed. It's kind of crazy how he gets all big and how he, like, his mindset completely changed because of this, like, magic. He was more like, I guess can't think of a better word, but like loving. And then he like completely changes and he's like this opposite.
He's more like sacrificial, heroic.
Yeah, and then I really liked that aspect of him. And then obviously that changes, and then he's released to go be with Dooku, and just a lot of crazy stuff happens there. And yeah, I think he's a cool character. And then it fails, and she sends him to go find his brother, which, right, mm-hmm. Maul and Savage mm-hmm. brothers, yeah. So, that's cool that it's a pathway back to Maul. And like I said, I like Asajj, but I guess everything that I said was not really about the arc, per se. It was more so about the characters in the arc, because I like the characters.
Yeah, and, for me, I think I'll do kind of the sandwich. I'll talk about some things I like, what I don't like, and then what I like before our rating. I do like Asajj. Like I said at the top, one of my favorite characters. Mm-hmm. Very intriguing, all the way from Clone Wars, the 2003,
Mm-hmm.
to even like the concept art,
Yeah.
with Attack of the Clones, to what you see in the Clone Wars. I really like Asajj. There's just something I like about that character.
Mm-hmm.
I like Dathomirians too. Just not a fan of the Nightsisters. I really like seeing the whole life of Asajj.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And, seeing some stuff, it's weird because they make you feel for like a villain, for an assassin. They really do.
Right.
But for the stuff I don't like Mother Talzin as a character. I just don't. I know a lot of people do.
I don't like her voice. Scares me.
I feel like, okay, so this is what I took to Reddit when you're like, why would you take it to Reddit? I was saying, does anybody have a problem with Sith magic? And I said, how I don't feel like it fits in Star Wars. And oh boy, did I kick the hornet's nest? A lot of people were saying I just don't understand things, which is typical. But there are people who had I'm not trying to troll. I'm trying to have a legitimate conversation. But there was actually a lot of good people that talked in there. But then there was just some that, you can't criticize anything.
Don't ask questions.
Essentially, I'm just not a fan of like the whole alternate views of the Force, and it becomes like a magic. And I'm not even trying to go down the rabbit trail in this video about like, okay, well then what do you do with Rebels? Because there's some stuff that Disney does with Rebels and Zeb and his species.
You don't like that either.
With the alternate Force. I don't. And like the next trilogy we're going to talk about, the next arc, Mortis, you start to get into more weird stuff, right? But anyway, with all of this, with the Sith magic in particular, I just don't see like an alternative channeling of the Force in that way. I'd be curious to see what a light side channeling of it looks like. If you're going to play, and people are still, man, I don't understand fantasy, but it's like, okay, whatever. If you're going to play that, like, let's see the flip side of it, because we've seen the traditional usage of the Force, but let's see the flip side of Sith magic. And I probably honestly wouldn't like it. I just feel like this hits a slump in the season for me. I feel like the season had a good stride and it just hits a weird fantasy slump that I just didn't like. And I feel like they just had to kind of move some things and prep some things to bring Maul back. I feel like at the end of the day, it's like, okay, we got to deal with Asajj by the time Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, comes around chronologically, and we want to get Maul back. So we've got to move some stuff around. I feel like that's kind of what this arc serves. But some more good things. Republic Commandos, Delta Squad, they're in. And I took note of it. I'm like, man, that's really cool to see them. To see them brought in and to see them on screen is really cool. Yeah, to hear Maul again, it doesn't bother me that he was cut in half and that he lives.
Doesn't bother me either. I love it.
I like it. I like him being brought back. One scene that has always stuck with me though is how Dooku treated Savage, and he's using Force lightning on him, and I'm like, Savage is a monster, right? Because the whole thing with Delta Squad is that they're like some savage animal did this, and it was like, no, it's actually Savage. And then the whole thing where they do like the assassination attempt with like the Jedi lightsabers,
and they're like
they're invisible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a weird arc to me. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. This is one of the lower ones for me that I'll skip.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is this story, obviously the goal was, I think, to bring Maul back in this arc or set that up. Is the story worth Maul coming back?
That's a good question. I would say it serves its purpose, bringing Maul back.
That's a good way to put it.
Is it good in my opinion? No, I don't think it's good. I don't feel like it fits Star Wars. But
are you ready for my rating?
Yeah, I'm ready for your rating. 3. Ooh. Super low. Wow. Yeah. I was not expecting that low for you. Wow. We're really different here. I mean, even though I was pretty negative about this one, for me, I don't know. I can't land on a number. I'm still trying to process it. I've seen it so many times. It's ridiculous. Somewhere between a 5 and a 6 for me, because I think there are some really strong storytelling elements. There are some really strong characters, but I just really don't care for the arc. So I think for me, it's like there's a lot that, like, I love the trials with Asajj and the death of Mirians. There's a lot of stuff I like, but overall, that's where I'm at.
Yep.
But hey, we are two Star Wars nerds. If you're not in the Discord already and you've made it this far in the video, hop into the Discord, join us. But as always, may the Force be with you, always.
You